Welcome already back to the channel. Esteban from Out the Trunk Mobile Detailing, and we're back with another video. And before I get started on using wheel acid that we're going to be using for the first time today, I wanted to go ahead and say that I will be attending SEMA. As a kind of a last minute decision. I kind of thought I was going to go, but I actually really am going to go now. I bought my ticket, so I am going to be going on Friday, the last day. It's open to the public, so I thought that was a perfect way for me to enter my first ever SEMA. So I will be driving up Vegas Friday morning, going to Vegas. I'll try to probably make a video of that. And then, yeah, I'm going to hopefully see some of the guys from House of Rags, you know, Jamie, Eddie, Yum Cars, Josh, everybody, right? Pan, the organizer, is going to be there, DIY Detail, Katiba, Luminous. A lot of the people are House of Rags going to be there, Bio Bombs as well. And then I want to try to see some other brands that I'm a big fan of, like CarPro Pearl, my favorite tire shine, to be honest. But yeah, I just want to make a quick little announcement. I will be going to SEMA. I'm recording this on Monday, this video. I'll probably release it on Thursday, the day before I leave to SEMA. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you're gonna be at SEMA, let me know in the comments down below. But today we're gonna be using wheel acid for the first time, sort of, because I have used it one time. I just definitely didn't use it the right way. But we're gonna be using 3D's Acid Mag Wire Wheel Cleaner. This is the one that it says no scrub rim cleaner. So they say that you could just literally spray this on and scrub and rinse it off, which I don't know. We'll see. I did use this one time 1-to-1, which is a bad idea. But I'm going to go ahead and dilute it maybe 4-to-1. I feel like that's a pretty safe option where it still has enough bite to it, and you're able to agitate stuff like that. So we're going to use it on my dad's van. If you guys remember my dad's van for using the Shine Supply Cool Guy. It's up at the top. You can't see it. But we used Cool Guy on my dad's wheel on the back rim, and it does clean it. It did a great job. Really, really great job. But it doesn't do that great when it comes to the inner barrels, right? Because you have to do a lot more agitation for that, and it's kind of hard and tricky to get behind some spots. So I want to use wheel acid because, one, I think it is scary, but I want to get my fear of using it and get used to using acid, because I do think it is a little bit scary. But if you know what you're doing and you can do it right, I feel like it's going to help you out in the long run. It's going to clean faster, clean a lot better, and overall get a great complete job. Because whenever I use like Brake Buster, Clean Tech, even Wise Guy from Shine Supply, like those are the only wheel cleaners I've ever used. And every time I use them, they work at a certain level, right? I think Brake Buster is like more like to the maintenance level where the tire or the wheel and tire is already pretty clean. Like you kind of keep after a week or two, every 2 weeks. And then when you go for Clean Tech and Knockout, that's more for like, okay, once a month, once every 2 months. But then I get clients like me personally, like that I've done, right, in my mobile detailing business. They're first-time clients. They haven't got a detail in months, maybe ever, and the brake dust is super caked up. And even if I try to use that stuff, it just doesn't do as great of a job as I know acid will. So we're gonna try it on my dad's car today. So we're gonna do two different methods. We're gonna use acid just straight sprayed on, spray it on, rinse it off, and then use a mag wheel or wheel cleaner that we're gonna, whatever wheel cleaner we're gonna decide right now. And then we'll go ahead and do another method where we use our wheel cleaner first, see how good it does at cleaning the job, and then we'll follow it up with the acid and see what's the best method possible. Okay, so this is the wheel we're gonna work on here. This is the front wheel here. Look at the amount of brake dust, guys. I mean, it's terrible. All inside the wheel well. Also, it's gonna be hard to tell, kind of, because it's getting a little late right now, so it's kind of dark, but you can tell, you can see all that buildup, especially in here. So I'm trying to think what's the best way, if I should do a wheel cleaner and then follow up acid, or just do the acid followed up by wheel cleaner. We'll see. So from videos I've seen, people say put wheel acid first, scrub it, rinse it off, and then go back with you make sure you neutralize the acid with a wheel cleaner. So that's what I'm going to do with this front wheel, and the back wheel is probably worse than this one. So let's get started first by spraying on some acid here. So I'll put the camera down here. All right, so we have our wheel acid here, diluted 4-to-1. It says all-purpose cleaner, but it's just a bottle, so it doesn't really matter. But we got it diluted 4-to-1. Got the chemical resistant sprayer, so I'm gonna spray it pretty generously. All in the wheel wells. Okay. Then we have a bucket here where it's just soap right here. It's just PNS Pearl soap in there. And then we have our 2 other wheel cleaners that we're going to use if we just to neutralize it. So we're going to let that sit. I'm going to foam up the bucket. Now it does say I could just rinse it, spray and rinse off. Should I do that? Or should I agitate? I'm not sure. Should we try to just rinse it off? This is, I mean, we're all learning together. I'm just trying to be very honest here, guys. We're all going to learn together here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse it off, and then we're going to go in with our wheel cleaner to agitate and actually try to get it off. And then the back wheel, that's what we'll do. So on this wheel, we're just going to rinse it off, spray on our wheel cleaner, and then go on with the contact and get the rest of it off. Because this acid should obviously loosen up, break it all up, and kind of melt it all away. And then the brake cleaner kind of does the real big work. Oh, sorry, the wheel acid did the majority of the work, and then our wheel cleaner, whether it's Breaker or Wise Guy from Shine Supply, whatever we do, that's just gonna help us for the contact and neutralize the acid. So we're gonna do that for the front. The back, we're gonna spray acid and we're gonna agitate it and see how good of a cleaning we do with just that. So I'm gonna rinse it off first. I want to make sure I give it a really good rinse. Okay, so we got a really good rinse. Now let's check it in. So that doesn't come off. Though inside though, the wheel well looks super clean. Well, not super clean, but it does look like I did a lot of work by just rinsing it off. If you guys remembered how brown it was before. So we got that there. Now we're gonna follow up with our wheel cleaner. For this one, we're just gonna use Breaker. This I diluted 3 to 1. So we're gonna spray on Breaker on just the wheel here. And we're gonna go in. This is gonna neutralize the acid, obviously from all the videos I've seen. It's gonna neutralize the acid, which is what you wanna do after spraying acid, I believe. So that way you don't mess up the finish or something like that. Not really too sure about the science, but now we're gonna go ahead and do the barrels. And with this, it should like absolutely get rid of all that built-up brake dust. Because I'm pretty OCD, and if I see a little bit of brake dust, it's gonna make me mad. Okay, so we don't really have anything to go in between that brake caliper is a little bit too, we need a little bit of a smaller one for that one, but we should agitate all of this. And I shouldn't have to really do that much work. Like I should just basically be able to barely go like this, not really put any elbow grease into it, because the acid should be like loosening it all up for me. So that way, this with the help of the brake cleaner, it should kind of melt it all away. So at least I'm hoping. But yeah, we're gonna get the rest of this contact in. You could use like the barrel blade too from Auto Fiber, which I do have. I actually don't know where it's at. Where is it at? No, it's in my car. It's in my trunk. Okay, so the wheel well, it's pretty agitated there. Brush is pretty dirty. The wheel looks dirty. We're gonna rinse it off. Put it back in the bucket here. And now we're gonna go in with another little brush, just a regular little firm brush to get the outside face, like the rim of it, the rim of the wheel. Oh, I mean, look at that. Yeah, I could tell that definitely killed that off, that brake dust. Okay. I mean, that did an amazing job. And it almost like, I've seen wheel acid called wheel brightener, and it makes sense because it makes this kind of like chrome pop. This kind of aluminum, whatever. I'm not really good with my wheel finishes either, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get better. Wow. Yeah, I could tell it's definitely gonna be shinier and pop and really be like a brightener, which is kind of crazy. So that's what it says it is, but get in there, agitate everything, and see how good of a finish this is gonna leave us. Obviously, it's not gonna remove the curb rash or anything like that. All right, let's rinse this off. All right, that looks so good. This little rim has like a messed up, I think it had a cap before. It's probably just not there. But look at this. Let's go in right here. Wheel acid is such a great thing to use. Look at this. The wheel is like popping now. And it's like spotless in there. I think everything, there's one little spot right there. You see that? I just missed that with my barrel brush, but it looks so clean. Like everything is clean. That's obviously curb rash. What's that right there? Uh-oh, someone missed a little spot. Let me see if I get that on my finger. Oh, look at that. You don't even need brushes, guys. You could use your finger with a glove. Well, that wheel is basically clean. Look at this. Gone. Okay, that's actually like rocks or something. It's like not coming off. All right, well, that is like a 99% clean wheel, probably 99.5. I can't really see obviously up here, but I'm gonna go ahead and trust myself and say that was a pretty good job. But all right, let's move on to the back, and we're gonna do another version of us. You know what? Since we know that's a great cleaning by using acid, spraying it on. Okay, so I sprayed acid on and I rinsed it, but it didn't do nothing, right? It didn't do really anything besides the wheel wells, but the brake dust was still built up out here, and you still needed to agitate it and get it off. So the spray on and rinse off, maybe you need a bit like 1-to-1 on acid, I'm not sure. But for the back rim, which is really, really bad, we might do wheel acid, then contact. Dang, I'm trying to think of how to do the best test. Let me see, let's think about it first. Okay, so this is the back wheel, and it's telling you it is worse, guys. Look at that. Look at this, guys. And it's not even, like look at that. That is bad. Wheel wells are messed up. Everything's, the face fit's all messed up. I haven't cleaned this car in a while, but every time I have used like P&S brake buster, it's never gotten it off. It's never really done a great job. So I think what we're gonna do is, I think I want to show you guys what it looks like when you use just a wheel cleaner. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use knockout again, or breaker, sorry, because this is what I would normally do if I didn't have acid. So this is, I'm kind of showing you why it's important to have acid in your routine, I guess. But we're gonna spray it on like I would clean a regular wheel without acid. Just because we saw how great it cleaned with acid, we're gonna see how good it cleans without it, and why you kind of need acid to get a better finish, like an actual like close to 100% clean job, right? It's definitely cleaning it up though pretty good. I can already see it's kind of coming off, which is good. It's probably just that light brake dust though. I maybe should have foamed it with a foam can in or something, some soap, and then let it dwell, rinse it off, then go with my cleaner. But just to show you guys, for educational purposes here, we're gonna do it like this. So we're gonna let that sit for like a minute, and then we're gonna go in with our wheel well brush again, our wheel barrel brush. Trying to see if you guys can see me. Can you guys see me? I don't know. Hopefully you guys can, but I'm assuming you can see this part at least. So we're gonna let that sit for a minute. So like I just said, we sprayed breaker from CleanTech, which is my favorite combo. Breaker and knockout. Knockouts for the wheels and more of a degreaser for the wheels, so knock out that tire shine. And then breaker for the face of the wheel, the barrel, all that stuff. So we're gonna let that sit, I already see it breaking down some stuff in there, so we'll do that. Now you can use like a IK foam sprayer. I do have one, I just don't really like it for some reason. It just messes up for me. I don't know, maybe I'm just not wired right, but you can let it foam on there, probably get better of a dwell time, that kind of thing, especially if you're like in the sun or in the heat. You definitely don't want to let the acid dry on the wheels, and you really want to do a great job at rinsing it off. Like take a little bit extra that you would normally with acid, just really get a good rinse. But I'm going to show you guys why, for me, I'm trying to incorporate acid, because I feel like it's going to clean a lot better. Because there's been times where I have left the customers, like, just be very honest, guys, like I've left the customer's car with, like, it's been like 90% clean, right? I could still see some brake dust and some little corners that even if you agitate with a brush and you go straight with the cleaner, it's not coming off. So this acid I think is really necessary to get that super clean finish. So it's been about a minute now to sit on the rim here, so or the wheel. And let me angle you guys down one more time. Boom. It already looks better. We're gonna go ahead and do the barrel first. So let's go ahead and agitate the barrel. And I think this is gonna do a good job actually, because this is like, I trust Breaker pretty good. You're gonna have to do a lot more agitation though than you would normally. With the wheel acid, guys, I was kind of not really even going that hard, and it was just destroying that brake dust. So we're gonna have to go a little bit harder probably. So might fast forward this part though. All right, so we got all that done with the wheelbarrow at least. We're gonna rinse off the brush again. All right, we're gonna go do the exact same process we used on the last wheel. Get this little barrel brush, hit the face of it. Or not the barrel brush, but this little, what do you even call it? I don't know, lug nut brush? I don't know, I call it like this little stiff, small brush, whatever. I actually really like it for like the small areas and the corners. So we're gonna try to get as much contact as we can with everything, rinse it off, and see what we're left with as far as brake dust and buildup still. So gonna go ahead and try to agitate every little bit of the surface. I can already tell it's not cleaning as great. There's still some brake dust even when I go after it a couple times. So we're gonna see the results soon. Gonna see them real soon here. And I could tell that the wheel well, the wheel barrel, whatever they call them, there's still built up brake dust right there. And I sprayed directly at it, so that just goes to show you how good the wheel acid really was. So let's rinse it off. All right, so it's still a little wet right there, but it's fine. So I'm gonna show you guys right here. Look at this right here. Right there, it's still built up right there. And inside the actual barrel itself, you can see right there, there's still brake dust built up, and I've scrubbed it and scrubbed it. So here's what I'm gonna show you guys real quick. I'm even gonna go back again with the cleaner and go straight directly at it. Spray it like a good amount right there. Go back with the brush, try and agitate it some more. Just keep agitating, because this is what I would normally do with a real job, guys. Like I would be like, all right, I'm gonna spray back, go back again, and try my best to get it off. But there's just, no matter how hard you scrub, how much cleaner you put on there, no matter how much you scrub and put cleaner on, it's still there. So this is why I'm saying I want to get good at using acid and not afraid of it, because I feel like as long as you know what you're doing and you dilute it properly, you don't let it sit in the sun, you can get an extremely, extremely crazy good clean finish for your wheels here. So now I do know that wheel acid isn't meant for all surfaces, you know, like all, sorry, not all surfaces, all finishes, sorry, of wheel. Like I know like your, what's it called, something polished, there's like a few different ones that you're not allowed, you're not even supposed to be putting on, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even exactly sure which ones and how to tell the difference, but I'm just being honest. But all right, so with this acid sprayed on there, now we're gonna go in with our agitation and try and get a lot of this, you know, grit off. I missed a spot up here. I'm gonna put the wheel acid. Now this is diluted 4:1. It's not like crazy 1:1 like I did on accident before. Not on accident, but I just thought like this car needed it. But as you guys can see, the 4:1 did an amazing job. And look at that. That spot that was not coming off, boom, immediately came off. Like that acid is insane. It's so clutch. I probably should spray more into the barrels and agitate with the barrel brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I didn't really spray that well in there. So let's spray inside the wheel barrels. So this is what I'm saying. It's better to just start with the acid and then follow up with the wheel cleaner. So that way you can get a perfect finish. And I guess it's technically going to cost you more time, Sorry, no, it's not gonna cost you more time. It's like a double step, but if you just spray on the acid, rinse it off, it kind of loosens it all up for you, and then use your wheel cleaner to get a complete finish like you saw on the first job, or on the first wheel that we did. So yeah, I'm just gonna agitate the rest of this. Like I said, agitate everything now that acid has been sprayed on. Rinse it off, show you guys the final product, and then we're gonna go ahead and do our outro. Alright guys, so it's kind of hard to tell right now, but pretty clean job. I mean, Breaker did a super great before and after, like as a nice, like, I guess first step, first clean. I don't know, it was pretty solid, but with the acid it just super deep cleans it. It gets it from looking 80% complete, because the wheel barrels were still pretty dirty. There's still spots on the face of it that were still dirty. That acid just takes it up to that 95-98% finish, and it looks super nice, man. I mean, I just think acids, I'm gonna have to start using it, guys, to get a really good finish. As you guys can see, look at this. I mean, it looks like perfect. It's crazy. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. My first time using wheel acid, and I think it overall a success. Now, I did try in 2 different methods, I guess, of using it. Well, the second method was more kind of showing you why I think acid is, you know, like a must-have in your detailing world. Whether you're a mobile detailer, whether you do it at your house or your family, your weekend warrior, whatever it is, I think wheel acid's like such a great big help. Now, I don't know if other wheel acids are better. I know Nanoskin's a really popular one out here, at least in Southern California. I don't know if it's just overall popular, but the 3D one, I just went with it because it was like 3D. I don't know. It was like at my local 3D. I was like, oh, I'll just pick it up, try it out. I do think the best method, the best outcome of the 2 wheels you guys saw is spraying acid, let it sit for a minute or so. If you're in direct sunlight, you know, I know people say don't use it, but I see detailers use it all the time still. You just got to work with it. Spray it on, let it sit for 20-30 seconds, rinse it off, a good thorough rinse, but spray a good amount of it so it hits the whole wheel, and make sure that you obviously do a really good rinse, like I said, and then follow it up with your favorite wheel cleaner to go ahead and knock off the real big dirt, grit, and grime of it, and then now we get ourselves a clean finish, where it's basically like 99 to 100% done, depending how good your contact is of agitation, I guess, stage of it. You can do other methods too, like spraying on maybe some foam, rinsing it off, make sure that a lot of like the heavy brake, like the light brake dust is there, and the only thing there is the heavy brake dust, so you know exactly where to spray the acid. That might be a good method too, but when it comes to being time efficient, I feel like you just spray that acid on, let it sit for a minute, spray it all off, rinse it all off, good rinse, spray your favorite wheel cleaner, agitate it really well, and then spray it off, rinse it off, you get yourself a clean finish. So for me, I'm definitely going to keep this in my arsenal now, but I just need to learn when and where to use it, especially like depends on the finish of the wheel. But I think this is a really good tool to have, especially for getting those super clean wheel finishes. I love seeing like a clean wheel that has like no brake dust at all in the barrels, on the face. I love those type of finishes. So I think this is a really good tool to use. Like I said, this is just the 3D acid. There's a ton of other acids out there. Ultra Clean makes one, Nanoskin makes one. There's a lot of companies that make acid, guys, for wheel cleaners. So, you know, test out any of them. That's just the standard one from 3D. There's a ton of other ones out there. Let me know you guys' thoughts on my use of using acid. How do you guys use it? What tips do you have for me? But for me, I'm going to stick with the first method that I tried on that wheel. I think it came out amazing. I'm going to do the other 2 wheels probably tomorrow or something like that to make sure it's consistent, because I don't want to have 2 clean wheels on one side and then the other 2 are not there. So we're going to get that. But the next video I want to make as well, guys, is doing a rinseless wash. So I'm going to be doing a rinseless wash on my car that I'm going to be taking to SEMA, because I will be driving to SEMA. It's about a 4-hour drive, 3.5 hours to 4 hours, depends if I stop and stuff like that, maybe 4.5. So I got a good drive ahead of me, so I want to show up to SEMA, you know, getting my car looking right. So I will be doing a rinseless wash on my car, so be on the lookout for that. And maybe I'll post that video Friday or Saturday. I'm not too sure yet. But like I said, I'm going to probably post this video either Wednesday or Thursday, the day or two before I go to SEMA. And then maybe maybe the other video of me using Rinseless will go up on one of those days. We'll see when I'm at, maybe Friday or Saturday when I'm at SEMA. But yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy it. If you're at SEMA, like I said, you know, maybe if you have to House of Rags, you want to say what's up, say what's up. I don't know who's going to be there, but yeah, I'm excited to see everybody, excited to be at SEMA, my first ever SEMA. I'm not really sure what to look forward to. I don't even know if I can record because I'm not like a media pass, so can I record? I have no idea. I really don't know how this works. So I'm going to show up, try and record some videos, trying to interview some people, you know, try to talk about some new products. I know some people from Buff and Shine, I know some people from PNS. I know obviously the House of Rags guys. Not super, you know, like I'm not gonna say I'm like best friends with them. I've chatted with, I believe it's Jamie who does the Instagram. I'm not sure, but he's also commented on one of my videos. So shout out to Jamie the cleaner. Shout out to Eddie. Shout out to the House of Rags and everybody else. But for now, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.